So first of all, this has been over 20 years already, but Onimusha is finally back. For those of you who don't know, Capcom is bringing one of the most iconic action RPGs ever made from the PlayStation 2 era back into the spotlight. Well, Onimusha, Way of the Sword here, has fans of the series on edge, most of them, and that is for a good reason. I mean, these developers have promised a return to form, staying true to the game's roots while adapting the modern sensibilities. It's a pretty bold decision that has us both excited and nervous, but if the trailer is anything to go by, I think Capcom is playing this comeback for all it's worth. On second hands, Lost Soul Aside finally landing in 2025 feels like a dream come true for the action RPG fans right now. Developers just released a new trailer. I think you can imagine Devil May Cry's slick combat meets Final Fantasy's grandeur. That's pretty much the vibe here. The visuals are some of the most mind-blowing right now, and the combat seems to be pretty fast, fluid, and full of style. It's been a long wait since its reveal years ago, but now it's hitting PlayStation 5 and PCs, and if you're into cinematic fights and super detailed worlds, this one's worth keeping on your radar. Let's just hope that wait pays off. Naughty Dog's latest project, Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet, in case you missed it, is an action-adventure game set in a retro-futuristic universe. You play as Jordan, that's a bounty hunter that's stranded on an isolated planet, cut off from the universe for over 600 years. Now this game's aesthetics, as you can see, draws inspiration from classics like Akira or Cowboy Bebop, blending science fiction elements with a unique narrative centered around a fictional religion. With a soundtrack composed by Trent Reznor and actors like Tati Gabriel, this one's shaping up to be a cinematic experience. Currently in development for PlayStation 5, the release date is still yet to be announced.
"50 degrees below zero" stood for a bite of frost that hurt and that must be guarded against.
Well, Shiver is shaping up to be one intense ride, coming in 2025 from Team Nocibo. Well, this game throws you into a brutal blizzard as Hannah, searching for her sister in a frozen, twisted universe. Imagine battling ice-encrusted nightmares while solving puzzles in this snowstorm. Sounds wild, right? With Unreal Engine 5, the visuals look pretty insane, and the atmosphere is pure dread. It's a survival horror with that over-the-shoulder, third-person view that most of us love. If you're into chilling, literally, horror games, this one should definitely be on a radar.
Preparing to transfer now. This is your last chance to bail, June.
Do it.
Exodus is another upcoming science fiction action-adventure RPG from Archetype Entertainment, which is a studio formed by ex-BioWare developers. This game is set to launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and PC, though the exact release date is still under wraps. This one promises a pretty rich narrative experience, blending cinematic storytelling with player-driven choices. I think recent trailers have showcased not only the stunning visuals, but they also introduce the intriguing elements like this Motiram, which is a new alien threat narrated by Matthew McConaughey. Anyway, if you're into deep, story-rich science fiction adventures, this should definitely be on your radar.
I see a lot of potential in this new partnership.
Let me light the way for you.
Target acquired.
Many thanks again for your help.
You should have been honest.
This place is forbidden. The price is death.
That's what it means to be a traveler.
At the Game Awards of 2024, known developers of the Yakuza series, they announced a project called Sentry, which is an action game in 1915 Japan with an alternative history twist. Well, the trailer here teases a pretty gory experience featuring a mysterious protagonist navigating some violent streets. Though details are pretty scarce right now, fans are excited by the studio's signature intense combat and story. With Lucky Dragon Pirate Yakuza releasing in February, I think this one promises to be an even more ambitious addition to the busy lineup.
Let's keep on singing night and day with a
And it's our highest purpose we must strive to accomplish. I only answer to this divine calling.
Dying Light the Beast, the standalone zombie adventure from Tickland, is set in the post-apocalyptic Castor Woods, which is a once popular tourist destination. See, after 13 years of enduring experiments, now you escape and hunt down your captors to seek retribution. That's for the story, only to discover there's 4 more at stake. Anyway, while the region is not as populated as it once was, there's still some people and factions here, as well as plenty of horrors. Kyle Crane and a ton of other cool elements are waiting for you when the game releases in the 3rd quarter of 2025. I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it, but if you haven't, well, believe it or not, Witcher 4 is shaping up to be a major evolution of the series, with CD Projekt Red embracing Unreal Engine 5 with its new entry and the focus on Ciri as the new protagonist. Now, this could also open up a fresh narrative opportunity, especially in terms of growth and the complexities of becoming a Witcher. So with the promise of a darker and more grounded world setting, it sounds like CD Projekt Red is doubling down on the mature themes the series is known for, which will likely resonate with fans of the earlier games as well, like myself. Here's a trailer.
I call you forth, the fourth breath I grant you, to live in this world which spirals against time.
Moving on to number whatever, we've got Light of Motiram. This game is looking like a pretty epic free-to-play, and what makes it stand out is the story. Basically, you're dropped into this massive post-apocalyptic world that's overrun with these wild creatures called mechanimals that are obviously part animals and part machines, hybrids, and you're going to be teaming up with them, fighting alongside them, and use their abilities to survive as well. This game's got a co-op mode where you can team up with up to 10 friends, and I think it overall feels like a mashup of survival exploration and a bit of creature collection. Plus, it's got crossplay and a lot of Horizon vibes.
Like fowl to feed. Your kind seeks death.
Legion Studios has unveiled Covenant. This is a first-person dark fantasy combat game developed by a veteran team from Halo, Destiny, Doom, and more. This game is actually built with the use of Unreal Engine 5 and features a Souls-like and Metroidvania-style interconnected universe where players explore, battle, and uncover weapons, spells, and armor. This game includes solo, co-op, and PvP, 1 vs 1, 2, and also 3, though still in pre-alpha. Detailed, super detailed, pretty atmospheric, and seems to have great potential. You can wish this it now on Steam.
10,000 swords stand before you. Then 20,000 knees shall kneel. The time is nigh. What wilt thou do? The axe comes to fell the tree. Cut it all down. Adversity become your fetish.
Стоп, тихо.
On the other hand, the War of the Worlds Siberia is also shaping up to be quite the experience. Well, this game is set in an alternative 1896 where Martian invaders have nearly wiped out humanity. Apparently, you play as one of the survivors trying to make your way to Siberia, dodging both alien threats and the chaos of this crumbling world or setting. You can expect lots of stealth and combat with period weapons like rifles and pistols, and while there's no exact date yet, this game's set to come out to PCs only in 2025. I think if you love survival and alternative history games like Atomic Heart, well, this one's definitely worth watching.
Вниз! Стой, тварь! Это же предательство!
Оно самое, юноша. Оно самое.
For fans of the series and everybody else, a Okami sequel is on the way after 18 long years of wait, just like Onimusha. Capcom also made the surprise announcement at the Game Awards, and the most exciting part is that the original game's director is returning to lead this new project. So the teaser hints at the return of the beloved paintbrush art style and the iconic wolf. I think the game is being co-developed by multiple studios, including M2 and Machine Hitworks, which is as good as it can get.
You must be our Imperial envoy. Better late than never, I say.
Avowed is also coming out February 18 next year, and it looks amazing. If you're into Pillars of Eternity, you're gonna love this one. This game is set in the same world era, and you're gonna be exploring the living lands, facing off all kinds of enemies and using both weapons and magic in combat. I think what's cool is how much freedom you get with your character. You can really make your hero your own. So with Obsidian behind this one, the RPG Avowed is one you definitely won't want to miss. I think we mentioned it once, but the visionary mind behind the games like Shadow of Colossus, The Last Guardian, and ICO has finally announced their next project at the awards, and it's actually being published by Epic Games. It also marks a pretty huge shift to a science fiction setting, which is delivering from its usual fantasy worlds. Now the teaser trailer over here showcases something that I can't make sense of, but this giant robot facing whatever this shockwave is. This actually marks the creator's first PC release, adding so much more excitement for his possible next masterpiece. If you missed it before, Showa American Story just got a fresh new trailer, setting the stage for its 2025 release. This over-the-top action RPG blends 1980s B-movie vibes with anime combat. It's all unfolding in a world where America has become this Japanese colony. This new trailer highlights a pretty big boss some more enemies alongside the new activities and the locals that have been created in the New York. I mean, like, this place is now called New Tokyo. You can expect a post-apocalyptic journey full of action and lots of wacky characters. Coming up behind that, we have Animal Use Protocol. This game offers a fresh, rather odd twist to survival horror. In this game, you play as a hyper-intelligent chimpanzee navigating a failing lab with only a gravity manipulation tool and a rat companion named Trip. Well, the game's core involves stealthy exploration, resource management, and uncovering dark lab secrets, while this monstrous, genetically twisted predator lurks in the shadows. It's the first of its own kind, or animal-led survival experience. It's going to be coming out in 2026, late. Wuchang Fallen Feathers isn't out yet, but it's already got people hyped a lot. This is an action RPG set in a fantasy version of the 17th century China during the Ming Dynasty, and it blends real history with a dark, mystical twist. The game is pretty packed with challenging bosses and exploration, all while looking pretty gorgeous as well. If you're into games like Sekiro or Nia, this one's possibly on your radar since years ago.
Just another lost soul, trying to oppose fate. And fate. The sword is not easily set aside.
And last but not least, we've got Blood of Mehran. This game is an action-adventure that takes inspiration from Arabian Nights folk tales, as Mehran, a legendary warrior, is seeking peace in his life that's shattered by a tyrannical force, and now you gotta fight it. Well, this game offers pretty intense hack and slash combat with a variety of weapons, from sword and shields to bows and arrows. You also need to make use of stealth mechanics to sneak past the bigger enemies. The beautifully recreated world promises secrets to uncover and a deeply emotional journey of vengeance, loss, and also love.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Don't worry, Your Highness. We'll be better acquainted soon.
No! No! No, please!